Welcome back, everybody, to the final video. This is going to be an approach to landing and engine shutdown securing the aircraft. Decided to take you along on this approach. Marginal VFR conditions back here at Spruce Creek. I got some moderate to, I'd call moderate to severe turbulence here. And we're going to bring the airplane back in on runway 23. Try to get in before the weather closes in. We're rolling out right now on a left downwind for runway 23 and flying the airplane, autopilot's off. Now remember, one thing I did mention in the intro video is that the MU-2 does require larger control inputs than would normally be expected with an aileron aircraft due to the roll spoiler, so that's one thing you just have to get used to a little bit, not that big a deal. And again, most of the real world guys say that you get used to it in a matter of a couple of minutes, but just something to keep in mind. So rolling out now, we're going to go to flaps 5 and the speed checks for the gear, so we'll just take the gear now. Roll out on our left base, and we'll go to flaps 20. Prop sync off. If I can get it to work. There. My joystick command doesn't like that. We'll go ahead and roll out on final. Okay, the gear's down, flaps are in landing position at 20. We'll go ahead and get the landing lights. Okay, flaps 20, the gear is down. Okay, condition levers forward, prop syncs off.
500.
Now we're looking at an approach speed of about 110 to 112, right around there. I'm going to carry a little extra airspeed just because the winds are gusting a little bit. Touchdown, down into reverse. And that's no wheel brakes at all, just a little bit of reverse and ground idle, just get the airplane stopped at no problem. Weather radar to standby. And condition levers back down to ground idle. Retract the landing lights. Clear the runway environment, we'll get the strobe lights off, transponder, and go back to standby. So I hope that gave you a pretty good idea of, in terms of what you're looking for with speeds. We want to, enter the pattern. I like to enter the pattern at right below my flap deployment speed for flaps 5, which in this case is 175 knots. So as long as we're coming to the pattern with room to use our first notch of flaps, get the airplane slowed down. 155 for the second notch, and the gear speed is also 175. The landing lights, generally speaking, people use the gear speed for the landing lights. So 175 is for flaps 5, the landing lights, and the landing gear. 155 for flaps 20, and the white arc, which is 120, is for flaps 40. Again, though, typically reserved only for short runways. So we'll go ahead and retract the flaps now that we're clear of the runway. We'll get the strobe lights off. Go ahead and turn off the radar that went to standby after we landed. And again, make sure that your ignitions on landing are in the auto position. They can get brought back to the off position now. Good spot to push the airplane straight back into the hangar. So now shutdown. So for shutdown, we're going to turn off all our lights. We'll go ahead and put the landing lights back in the off position. Turn off all our lights except the beacon. PO heat, all our heat's off. That's good. We're going to go ahead and turn off the avionics master. The avionics master switches, by the way, are kind of hiding. They're down here on the circuit breaker panel right in the front, those two yellow guarded switches. So go ahead and turn off our avionics masters now. Those are off. Fuel transfer switches can go to off if they're still in the auto position. Our DC generators can get turned off. And now, this is important. Normally, in real life, you'd pull these run crank stop switches down into stop together. Usually use like your pointer and your middle finger to do that. But you can't, again, hold them both at the same time. So we created a solution for this. So you're going to right-click to move them both down into crank. Now you can right-click again individually to move them into stop, or if you do a mouse wheel click, so you just click down with your mouse wheel on either one of them, it will hold both of them back into stop so you can shut the engines down simultaneously the proper way. And again, after we hold those down into stop, we're going to bring the power levers down into reverse to re-engage the start locks. So we'll do that now, down into stop. And down into reverse for the start locks. And look at that, we made it back in before the really bad weather got here. Before the airport went IFR, that's what we like. So then afterwards, if you like, you can turn off the beacon. Turn off our inverter. And turn off the battery. And we're back. So everybody, that concludes the video training series for the MU-2. Again, just wanted to properly demonstrate to you more than explain this time. That was one complaint that a lot of people had about the Conquest videos, was they'd rather see demonstration rather than explanation. So I tried to do a little more demonstrating, especially on this last video. Had my hands full with the approach, so I'm glad that I got to show you guys, speeds and the procedure to follow for the approach and landing. So we'll go ahead and get the airplane pushed back in the hangar. Any questions, please head over to our forums on AvSim, the AvSimware, wow, that's a new one. The AvSim Flysimware official support forum can be found at avsim.com. Register, make an account, and participate in those forums. Keep you up to date on our latest projects, what we're working on. You can also get full technical support there. I'm very active in the forums, as those of you that are there already know. Any issues you have, we try to get on top of them as soon as we can. And we hope you're very happy with our latest project, and we have some good stuff in store for you that we haven't exactly made public yet, but you're really going to like in terms of our next couple of projects that are in the pipeline. And as always, you can expect nothing but quality system simulation from us at Flysimware. And hope to talk to you all again soon. Like us on Facebook. Find our Facebook page, Flysimware Simulation Software, on Facebook. Give us a like, say hello, recommend us to a friend. And I'll see you all again in the next video training series for our next project, which is the... I'm not going to tell you right now. You just got to pay attention to the forums. Come on, guys. Alright, everybody. Joe from Flysimware Simulation Software. Good talk with all you. See you real soon, and fly safe.